Stage 5. Shooter starts with their left hand or their support hand duct taped to a tennis ball to simulate their hand being damaged like John Basilone. They will have this machine gun in their hand and they have to place it on the tripod. They will acquire their rifle and shoot the 2 mini targets only. They will then ground the rifle, acquire the machine gun, move it to this position, place it on the tripod, reacquire their rifle and engage the 2 mini targets downrange with their rifle. Ground the rifle, reacquire the machine gun, bring it back down to this tripod, place the machine gun on the tripod, reacquire the rifle, and engage the 2 mini targets only. Shooter will then proceed to the shooting area with the blue fault lines, and from within the blue fault lines only, engage remaining targets visible that are not the minis. This goes all around. This is all done with that hand being disabled with a tennis ball. Blue area, engaging all of these targets. Once all the targets have been engaged, shooter will ground their rifle here at this grounding table. Shooter will then move to the other bay. While still having a Gumby hand, shooter will then engage all pistol targets from the start boxes. The pistol targets will be related to the color. Blue box, blue targets. Red box, red targets. Green box, green targets. Yellow box, yellow targets. All reloads will be done one-handed, and that Gumby hand remains throughout the entire course of fire.
Karl's looking really enthusiastic about this stage.
This is kind of dumb. I get it, but at stage 5 of the day, I'm kind of done.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Stand by.
Yeah, 180. Put it down to 80.
Did I miss something? Hard left.
Up and hard left, get through that port. Up forward, go clear forward. Clear forward. Up here to the box.
Okay.
Left, through the port.
Where?
The skinny.
There. Everything? Yeah.
Did you shoot that low one? 360. Get the fuck out of the way. one back here. Right there? There's two. There's one through the court, under the sunflower, and the one at the end of this wall right here. You're going to have to come back here and lean hard left-handed at the end of that wall. Did you shoot the low one? No. What else? I think that's all of it. Go. No high five? Good. You're finished. Unload.
Alright, so our fifth stage, the Basilone stage, with the machine gun you have to move. You know, this would have been, actually, it was a really fun stage in a certain way. Being forced to reload and manipulate the guns one-handed like that is sort of an interesting thing.
Right.
And it's something you don't see at matches a lot. We got to do that. We got to do that with an AK. We got to do it with an AR. The AK actually lent itself to that pretty well, because this is rock and lock, and then you just run the charging handle. There's a lot of gross motor skills with that. The AR wasn't that, but you proactively reloaded without going dry.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to have a full mag before I got to the other shooting area.
You didn't want to deal with the charging handle. But then what was, I think, the most interesting thing about this, well, let's get to the negative part. That was a paper memorization stage.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for those kind of stages myself. I think it's not testing shooting skill as much as it is memorization and footwork.
It's testing stage planning walkthrough. Mm-hmm. And I heard somebody talking about this, and they're like, well, if you're in a SWAT team, you never go into a house without any preparation. I'm not in a SWAT team. Yeah, so I prefer blind stages. I prefer stages that you can't really pre-plan that much. You just kind of, they're just what they are. Which is, when you look at two-gun action challenge match, our stages are very much, you do this from A, this from C, and we almost never present like hidden targets. And that stage was a whole bunch of, did I shoot the target? Did I remember to shoot the target? Hey, RO, what target did I forget? And he's like, I think you shot that. You think you need to shoot that one?
I mean, the coaching was good.
No, I'm glad they have that.
Yeah, the coaching was good, because otherwise I probably would have left like 4 or 5 targets standing myself.
So would I. I did a whole 360 and turned around and picked up my gun again.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's just not the type of challenge I like. There's some people that really like these kind of stages.
Yeah, there are.
And, but when you get to the point where it's like 52 rounds required with rifle.
On paper, all hidden.
On paper with angles, it's a bit excessive.
Well, you know, again, everybody, you come to matches and you get what you, there's all sorts of variety, and some people like certain things more than others. This is certainly that kind of stage. I did not care for that part, but I did care. I did like the taped up hand, one-hand manipulation stuff.
That was interesting. The pistol portion of the stage was the best part of the stage.
I agree. You get over there. Those targets were actually pretty challenging to present. And being able to put your gun away, stick the magazine in, and then I use my hand. The Delta Point Pro provides a wonderful handle on there just to brag that. And that was a really cool way to charge the gun. You could charge it off your belt like you did. But that's a really interesting manipulation that you see. I can't think of a match I've ever seen that, actually.
Well, the Cav Arms 3-gun match had it in 2005.
So you guys were super ahead of your time.
Yep.
So you were like the hipsters or what?
But it does present safety challenges in that.
It does. This is kind of a high-risk event.
When we did it at the that match all those years ago, we did have someone ND into the ground right next to their foot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So it is something you have to take into consideration when planning stages like this, and that even experienced competitors may not have those type of weapon manipulation skills.
Well, that is actually, that skill set right there of loading one-handed like that is what I would consider a tactical course, real-world practical skill set that should be tested in certain environments, but I don't know that I would test it in a on-the-clock public event, personally. Now, obviously, I hope everything's gone fine and that's good, and I did find it very compelling, and it's stuff that you and I have practiced in tactical courses, but I would have to say, in a two-gun action challenge match, I would not do that.
And the difference here versus two-gun action challenges, anyone with $15 can show up and shoot your match.
That's true.
So this match, given that it's a $150 entry fee, the type of people who tend to show up are a bit more serious.
A little bit higher bar of entry, but still, nonetheless, people sometimes were holstering hot guns, and then reseating a new magazine without having to charge the slide. Or what I was doing is running dry because I've got 17 round mags I didn't want to run out. I would drop the slide, holster, magazine, bring it out, Delta Point Pro as a handle, and then charge it. Which, that's an interesting thing about any red dot enhanced pistol, is that really is a very good advantage on tables, on your belt, on your hand. You used it on your holster.
Right.
That's kind of a thing that you don't think about, but it's a real advantage to a red dot pistol.
No, whenever we encounter this type of challenge with the red dot pistol, not only is the manipulation easier, but shooting's easier too.
Oh yeah, so time-wise, you shot it in 2:18,
Yes.
and I shot it in 2:26. So you beat me by 8 seconds, but that's a pretty comparable time considering how long these stages are.
Right.
So in this one, for whatever reason, you and I were pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, kind of interesting. So we got one more stage today. I can't wait to take this stuff off. I was just over there taking it.
You know, the thing when you're at a major match like this, you
Yeah.
have 5 stages, now you're at 6 stages, is your motivation level per stage starts to drop. And if this was our first stage of the day, I'd care a lot more about planning out where all those paper targets were.
You would have.
But by the time we get to this point of the day and you're getting fatigued and the muscles are getting tight and sore,
Yep.
it's kind of like, let's just get this over with.
That's kind of was. I'm walking through it and I'm like, okay, there's 3 here, and then there's 2 here, and then I did that, and then I redid it, and then I went, I don't care. And I went back and I'm just gonna shoot. And then I went to the R. I'm like, what did I miss? Like, that one, all right, cool. What else? That one, cool. Because and you did it too. Actually, he caught you because you had to back up all the way and shoot targets that you completely passed.
Yeah.
So some people are into that, and I know there's people over there right now that are probably going to put in some burn-in times because they're going to be like 5 feet to the right means there's 3 targets to the left, and then 10 feet to the left is targets. Not me, just not me. Anyways, cool. The one-handed stuff was really cool. The stage concept's cool. Paying homage to John Basilone is a really cool thing as well, and he really did do that. He carried around that belt-fed machine gun one-handed.
That was really awkward.
It was.
It was digging into your forearms carrying that thing, and I'm sure it was a fraction of the weight the real gun is.
If you've watched the Pacific or not, if you're not familiar with John Basilone's incredible Medal of Honor winning actions when he did that with that machine gun, you should read up on it. It's a fascinating story. All right, guys, that's stage 5. We got stage 6 coming, and that'll end Hard as Hell 2-Gun 2018 stage 1, or day 1. Day 2 will be tomorrow. So stay tuned for stage 6.